Well, if I pull it down, you just see gold just beaming out. I got the magic stick.
Only those who are worthy can lift it. Or if you can spin around on a pole, you can do that too.
Or if you can drive from Seattle to Texas.
Right?
That was a crazy time.
Yeah.
But she came down and visit. While I was down in Shepherd for there was nothing to do. I was bored. I was in the right state of mind. I was missing my girl too at the time too. So, but she cheated on me and I was heartbroken. So.
Hey, you don't have to defend yourself, brother.
Yeah,
you got a stripper to drive from Seattle to
from
Texas.
Seattle to come fuck the shit
You don't
out
have
of
to
me
explain
and lick
nothing.
my gooch.
You get your gooch licked. You don't
I
have to explain
also
nothing,
have in Wichita Falls. I got my gooch licked.
Yeah, all right.
You ever had that?
I'm not even sure what it is you're talking about.
Your
It's like
gooch,
the taint.
the spot, the space between your balls and your
gooch.
asshole.
The gooch, right?
Yeah,
I
that
thought you
area-
had said the gotch. I thought
The
that's
gooch.
the gooch. That's what it was.
You not the god.
But yeah, so that was Shepherd. I made some really close friends though. Like, so my first roommate when I got in there, my roommate at the time, he was from Virginia, but he was like going to graduate before I was, because he had been there longer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my roommate, he was from Virginia, and we actually still stay in touch today too. So it's cool to be paired up with someone that's from back home, and like, yeah, man, we're in BFE, Texas, but we got each other though. So it's like that camaraderie.
Yeah.
Again, you're that bonding of, and we're in a shit situation. Well, let's just hang out and make the best of it.
Yeah.
And that's also. Oh, by the way, we also did that in boot camp at night, because the instructors would go home. They don't stay there. Well, maybe like the first week they might stay there, but typically the instructors go home. But so at night we actually had.
So wait, what would you do?
In
You're
boot
telling
camp
right now?
In boot camp.
Okay.
At night we would after the instructors would leave and after we were done cleaning up and it would be lights out, we would actually have. There was one guy that was a storyteller, really good at like improv stories, and he would also do like the fucking whole like the wizardry type shit, like mystical dragon type stories and shit.
Okay.
Really good at that kind of shit. And we had another guy who was a really good impressionist and who could imitate all of our drilling sergeants.
Nice.
So good to the point that even like at amnesty hour when we were graduating and we had an hour to talk shit with the instructors, he actually was doing his impressions in front of all of them, and all of them were fucking spot on. Like, all of them were impressed. But yeah, I just had to throw out because it's funny how comedy we had that there. So
Yeah. Well, I would imagine you need it there more than anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean,
especially in that situation.
Humor is the essence of humanity.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in tech school, me and this guy from VA, we're good friends. We start kicking it, but then he graduates. He moves on to his next phase of training, and then I get another roommate, and he's from fucking New Jersey. And I'm like, well, fucking shit, you're also from the East Coast. What's up, man? Welcome,
Yeah.
Because he was new. He just got out of boot camp and shit. He doesn't really know what's going on. So it's like, well, let me, do what my roommate did. And, be nice to him, take him under and show him around and shit. And might as well make the best of it.
Do you think from a tactical point of view, like your people that are above you placed you guys together in that sort of way because they knew there'd be a.
I think the whole concept of like military training is to kind of break you down and build you back up. So I think that is a part of like their whole philosophy of it is, I don't think they're necessary. They might be pairing people with, where you're from, or it might just be random, or it just could be fate of the universe. If it just been destined to that, we were going to cross paths at this time and, become friends or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
But sadly, that guy passed away though.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but during that time though, we were able to bond and kick it, and so being so far away from home, we still kind of had each other and stuff, and we made friends with other people who were from the East Coast as well. So
Nice.
it wasn't too bad for him. And I think, his circumstances of when he passed away was when I was deployed. So fast forward going from tech school, spent like 6 months there in Shepherd and stuff, getting my gooch licked.
Gooch.
And
Get
that's so
that
fucking
gooch
funny, dog. So I spent some. Yeah, you spent like Sorry, did I say 6 months there? Was it? Yeah, it was like several months. Okay, so yeah, four plus months in Wichita Falls, Texas.
Okay.
I got stationed in Mountain Home, fucking Idaho.
Huh.
Yep, I didn't really know much about Idaho at the time. I knew Napoleon Dynamite, and vote for Pedro. That was it.
That's not a fair representation.
I googled Mountain Home. All I saw was fucking dirt. Like I was thinking in my head, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be trees, probably some mountains, some wildlife. Might see some critters and shit, some Bob Ross shit, you know." Nah, dog.
No.
It's like a wasteland. But yeah, I googled Mountain Home, Idaho, and I was like, "Oh man, what the fuck?"
You're in Mountain Home. Sorry.
Well, before Mountain Home, I googled Mountain Home. I got my assignment order. I was like, "Oh fuck." No mountains. There's no home. Like the base is 10 miles from the town.
Ugh.
The town of Mountain Home itself, and then Mountain Home is 40 miles away from any fucking town at all.
Yep.
Fucking Boise. Unless you want to go hang out with the mountain people and shit.
Nah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I do. I hang out with the mountain people. But yeah, so after I left Wichita Falls, though, I went to Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. He was going to laugh. I was waiting. I had to wait for the perfect time to segue it. Look at him.
Fuck you, Seymour Johnson. Come on. You guys are trying to kill me.
Childish as fuck, Eric.
Son of a bitch. Seymour Johnson Air Force. That's not real. I can't. I think you made that up just to try to get me to fucking spit my drink out, which I did not do. I did not do it and destroy the equipment at fucking Triii Point Studios.
I was stationed. So for hands-on training at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base,
Hands-on training
in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Google it right now if you don't believe me. Google it if you don't think it's a real place. It's where F-15 mechanics go to do hands-on training.
Hands-on training at
Seymour Johnson.
Oh my god, that's like a gift from heaven. Oh man.
We're talking about growth, right?
Absolutely.
And that's a part of growing is that training, the fucking training structure of the
Right.
of aircraft maintenance from
So
code
did you
training
actually
to hands-on
did you
training.
fly the aircraft or you just
No,
like,
I was
fixed
just
it?
I was a mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just a aircraft mechanic.
Did you have the opportunity to like could you have learned how to do that or did you just
If I would have stayed in, there's like different courses you can go down, like different paths you can take to become an officer and then go through pilot training school. But,
all right.
But yeah, so I went to hands-on training in Goldsboro, North Carolina, and I was so happy to be back on the East Coast though.
Yeah.
Because I mean, after spending several months away from home,
Yeah.
I was close enough at home. I was close enough to home that my family actually came to visit me one weekend, and we
that's
actually
nice.
went down to South Carolina to Myrtle Beach, and I spent the weekend down there and on the beach and shit, kicking it.
So
We have a
did you-
beach house down there.
Did you have like a specialty? Like you fixed like you could fix a certain type of plane or were you just like a multi-tool?
So it starts out so I was on. So I was doing hands-on training for the F-15E Strike Eagle,
Okay.
in particular. But after so many months, even though your main job is maintenance, when you're still new, like in your younger service years, you have what's called CDCs or career development courses.
Okay.
And our CDCs for our particular job, it's based on aircraft maintenance. So you're learning pretty much just the book work of how to fix other aircraft as well.
Okay.
So after you do the book work and the written courses, then you'll take a test, and then after so many months of apprenticeship or after so many months of doing hands-on training or being being what's it called, like a probationary period, I guess.
Okay.
So after so many months of a probationary period, after
like an apprenticeship almost.
Yeah, at your certain skill level.
Right.
So it goes in like a 3 level, 5 level, 7 level.
Okay.
So when you first get there, you're at 1 level after you get out of training. Then after you finish all your book work and you graduate from hands-on training from Seymour Johnson's Air Force Base.
That's fantastic.
And then you move on to wherever your duty station is, and mine was Idaho,
Okay.
Mountain Home Air Force Base in bumfuck Idaho. Fucking Mormonville.
So now, like, could you
great white buffaloes?
Could you still
everywhere?
Could you still fix
Polar
like
bears
if
everywhere?
you
Yes.
like if you say you're on a plane, like just a regular, like,
So if I hop on a
like,
Southwest flight, I hop on a
Yeah.
Spirit airline
something
to Vegas.
and like there's a problem in the cockpit. Like, could you like
no.
I got this?
I
And
don't
then,
know. I'm not qualified for that shit.
No, all right. I don't
But
know.
I mean, maybe if I was in my prime,
Okay.
I could. I mean,
So it's not
I
like
have,
like riding a bike. Like you learned how to do it, but it's not like you have to keep.
every airframe is different.
Okay.
But the whole general idea of troubleshooting the different, because like for air, so the since you talk about specialties for fixing certain airplanes, there's actually specialties for fixing certain parts on the airplane.
Oh, okay.
So being a crew chief, my specialty was the overall aircraft structure, secondary power units, like the hydraulic units, the like oil-driven units.
Okay.
You know, they're using like simple terms and shit. I don't want to get all technical.
Well, thank you, because I wouldn't understand if
yeah. And then overall, like, you know, overall care of the aircraft was just my job. And then also I like the name on the side of the aircraft, you know, along with the pilot as well. So my name would be on the side of it as well as the assistant dedicated crew chief of the aircraft.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I was assigned a tail number. Like my tail number is 253.
Nice.
Yeah. I still got a lot of pictures of her and shit, and you know, some coins of her on the wall at home and shit.
Cool.
It's beautiful. I
Cool,
miss
cool,
her.
cool.
I still see her flying over from time to time too.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so then you have like an avionics specialist, like someone who's specialized in like the avionic technical parts, and you have a weapon specialist, fuel specialist, engine specialist. Yeah. So that's a whole team of people that work on these things.
Nice.
But yeah, so after
It's
hands-on,
nice to know that stuff is in good hands.
Barely. You should see the inside. Oh man, you should see how they. Well,
Don't tell me. I don't want to know how.
maybe more like on the civilian side of things, they're more stricter and stuff, and more modern. And they're modern on the military side of things too. They're strict about, like, you know, quality assurance and doing it by the book. However, though, the people who do it by the book don't always do it by the book.
Oh, okay.
Like, we found a bunch of fucking air plugs in a fucking hydraulic line once.
Huh.
Yeah, someone had put like 3 or 4 like little air foamies inside a hydraulic line to stop it from leaking.
Oh, that seems dangerous.
Yeah, because you can back up that hydraulic pressure, because it could be going to like a rudder or going to the aileron. It could get stuck down. The pod could just, you know,
Yeah, that doesn't.
the plane could get stuck, you know, trying to roll because the pressure is backed up, and
Yeah. Oof.
or it could explode and blow up and start a fire, and
That wouldn't be good.
Is that would somebody have done that like as a quick fix to a problem?
pretty much, so they don't have to do like the whole like troubleshoot process or do a whole lot of work.
Huh.
Yeah,
Yikes.
yeah. I've seen some scary shit.
I feel like that. Like, I'm a pretty lazy guy overall. Yeah, like if left to my own devices, I don't really want to do much. But like, I feel like if my job was to make sure that military aircraft,
the two souls that are flying in this machine, this $50.5 million taxpayer machine.
I'd take the extra 10 minutes to make sure, like.
Yeah, I mean, well, it'll be longer than 10 minutes to fix that, but
Obviously,
you know,
but
I would definitely put the jet down and fucking, you know, put in the fucking hangar and fucking fix it.
Like, there's lives are on the, like.
Yeah, but you know, that was just one instance. But overall, though, they were pretty on top of it when it comes to quality assurance. Though it's just at this point, though, the jets are so old. Like the jet I worked on came out in 1990.
Oh,
and it's still flying over Boise today.
Can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
when you're in the military, are you not paid by the hour, or is it like salary, or
No,
how does that work?
I was